Hey guys, it's V-Masters Reaction, and we're back with Campaign 2, Episode 112, Mighty Nein time. We just finished the Patreon Hour exclusive. We went like a minute or two over because there's still going to be roughly 25 to 30 minutes for YouTube. I was thinking about adding 5 or 10 minutes to the live stream, but to change the clock and have to take a break and restart the whole thing over 5 extra minutes isn't worth it, because I'm going to do at least 20 minutes of YouTube, so there'd be like 5 to 6 minutes left that I could maybe give to the live stream, and the live stream's already like an hour and 45 minutes. So I am so confident we're going to hit 50 likes like we have been the last couple weeks, that will make that over 2 hours regardless. This past live stream with the 30 minutes wasn't even an hour and 45 minutes. So we'll have a nice 2 hour and 15 minute live stream if we hit the 50 likes. I'm going to continue to post the live stream a day before so that we could keep racking up likes until then. Usually I would post it the morning of, or sometimes I wouldn't even remember and I'd post it like 3 or 4 hours before, so we didn't have a chance to get a jump on it. The way we ended it was we were having Veth turn into Vestaragna to freak out Yeza, basically. I thought Yeza would recognize her. Right before Veth did it, I'm like, oh, this is great. Turn into Vestaragna. I didn't expect him to react the way he did. Caleb even said, holy crap, you had a very visceral reaction to this whole thing. He was like, she contracted me, but it was like the timeline was shrinking every time I talked to her, and it was very intimidating, and she wasn't the nicest person. We asked specifically if she hurt him physically, and he said, no, I was not hurt physically, but it was definitely something I didn't want to be a part of. We then brought up the chair. That's where we ended it. We were talking about the chair. What is the chair? Yeza, tell us about the chair. There is one chair, and Yeza was like, what are you guys talking about? There is a chair, and we were being all ominous and freaky, and it was the chair. You know, the chair. We also had Jester ragging on Yasha for like 10 or 15 minutes about hooking up with Bo, and then Bo came in the room. Yasha was like, yo, you want to snuggle? And Bo was like, all right, I'll let you know, kind of thing, and then nothing ever came of it. So on top of the fact that Jester was awkwardly making Yasha feel very weird. Literally for like 10 or 15 minutes it went on, to the point where I was like, all right, I get it, enough's enough. It was one of those things, I compared it to a Family Guy joke. Even though I get what she's doing and I know that's Jester's character and I enjoy that maybe one day her and Bo will hook up, and probably will, there's like not time for that right now. We're dealing with 500 other things, and we dealt with it for like 15 minutes during the Patreon hour, to the point where it was just getting awkward. It was a Family Guy joke where they're just running it into the ground. You're like, all right, I get it. Enough's enough. And then it was funny at the end because Yasha wrote like a poem, and then Jester faked like she was asleep and then said goodnight, guys. And that all is great. I love all that kind of stuff. But if you just drag it out and make it awkward, and you know Yasha's an awkward character, so it's almost like you're torturing somebody at that point. And I don't like, in general, when somebody forces you into a situation you don't want to be in. Like if you like a girl or you like a guy, and somebody's like, hey, I know you like this girl, and they just keep on you about it, and you're like, all right, I fucking get it. Like, I'm sorry. If I wanted to do it, I do it. Or maybe I don't have the balls to do it, but I don't need you ragging on me for 5 years. I feel like it was becoming that, and that is Jester's character. We don't do that to her, but granted, that's not other people's characters, but like, we could rag on her constantly about Ford. Once in a while, Bo or somebody gives her a little, something or whatever, but I don't think it's necessary, especially when we're dealing with everything we're dealing. I want to know more about Molly and Kree and the Tomb Takers, and it was just unnecessary. And now I'm ranting for 5 years. You guys want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 2, Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest. We're finishing up Shogun, Delicious in Dungeon, X-Men 97, Hell of a Boss, The Shield, thousands of other movies and shows full unedited. In the description is the link for Patreon. If not, Campaign 2, Episode 112, Mighty Nein time.
Me and her did manage to complete what was asked of us within the truncated timeline. It took a lot out of me. I didn't sleep a lot, but we got it done, as all important discoveries sometimes require. And weirdly, I was looking forward to taking a break from alchemy for a while, and while the circumstances were not what I wanted, when the dynasty, it took me for a while. I didn't have to do much work.
Do we know what kind of breakthrough they had? Did we already figure
it? They got a little vial of
essence in a vial.
Fate juice.
Okay, they got a little vial of fate juice.
Yes, you're able to
This is going
do
way
it,
back.
and I don't fully understand it. I was only given but a
Going
portion
way back
of
to
the
Yeza
equation,
and
the
the
alchemical side
chair
of things, to
I mean, we're
focus on
talking
and replicate the
years ago, my time.
interior patterns, the
Not your
the
time, my
mandala
time. I'm on a
type,
different timeline than all of you.
strange alchemical structures.
I
that
live in a
could,
different world.
potentially
I only have
siphon
10 months
when
to a
placed
year.
within that tripod, and so we utilize that as a means of trying to draw, distill, and copy the materials that it was emanating, and kind of channel it through various catalysts, and see if we could find a material that could encapsulate it. I'm not sure if it's permanent. I don't know if there's a time period in which it must be utilized before it, begins to lose its potency. But that was not part of my contract. And if they were to come back on that, I was at that point already being dragged over into Jorha. So,
We were in possession of it for a time.
Yes.
oh. So you're aware of this then?
Yeah,
Fate
but
juice,
we
we knew of
entrusted
it.
it to a friend.
Understood. If you do encounter any of these individuals, just be careful and don't mention.
Don't mention you.
If you encounter any of these individuals, just be careful,
definitely
and I don't exist
kill
ever.
her in revenge.
Oh, that was spoken of too. We were talking about.
Honey, please.
Yeah.
If I did, though, you wouldn't be upset.
Veth was saying. I'm gonna kill Veth. I keep saying Veth. Vess and
She's not
Veth
a
are
great
so
person,
close.
but I don't-
There's Yeza, Veth,
She
and
hasn't done anything to me, I
Veth.
think, to deserve death.
I feel like all those
Okay.
names are so close.
You're a fair.
Yeza, not so
fair
much,
person.
but all 4-letter. And looking forward.
Anyway,
Thank
Yeah.
you. Sorry to make you relive that trauma. I didn't realize she was so awful to you.
It was. I loved it. Veth is like,
okay.
yo, do you know this lady?
It's
And he's
over
like,
now.
holy shit,
Yeah,
freaked out.
yeah.
I mean, we just woke up. We all went to bed.
Anyway,
it was the
we
first
might be
thing
going on
Yeza saw
another
when
leg
he
of our
woke up.
journey.
That's a little
It's only
freaky.
been a couple days here in Zadash, but would you like to rather go back home to the coast? Well, I guess that's home now, right? Or would you rather stay here without us, or?
he looks over to Luke, and Luke is in the middle of just like stuffing the remnants of this bowl of sugared porridge into his mouth, which you can see like more sugar has been put into it at this point than porridge, and it kind of has that grain, like scraping sound when it gets into it and crunches it like sand between his teeth.
He's doing it right.
He's doing it right.
Luke,
I
do
agree.
you want to
He's
stay
doing it
here, or
right.
you want to go back to Nicodranas? And he goes, I want to go to the beach. So, well, I guess that answers that question.
Okay.
To be fair, it's really nice there.
Yeah, it's the best.
It is.
You have a home.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll figure out a way to send you back probably today.
Okay, how long do you think you guys will be gone?
Luke is
I don't
adorable.
know. Tough to say.
I was saying during the Patreon hour,
Perhaps
we went to like
the
the
minimum.
Lodge of the
Okay.
Eclipse to go pick up
You
Yeza
did
and
say you're able
Luke.
to come and visit.
And
quickly
Luke
now,
acts,
right?
I've said this before
Yeah.
probably, but
If-
Luke
if
acts
we're in a
way
place
older, I
where-
feel like, than a
where we can-
4-year-old should.
where it's
But
safe
I
to
love it. I think he's
transport.
adorable.
Yes.
So I'm
I
like
believe
not
we would be able to
against
visit
it.
you,
I just feel like
for the
4-year-olds wouldn't
initial
act this
leg of our
mature.
journey. There might be some
As
time
mature
where
as that
becomes
is.
complicated.
Okay. Well, you'll know where to find us. Just take care and be safe.
Always.
Don't take any unnecessary risks. Don't try and kill any members of the Cerberus Assembly.
Good advice.
And where are you going?
The North Pole, right?
The North Pole.
Pretty far
Isocross.
north, where it's very
Towards
very
Isocross,
Isocross
cold,
to
cold.
the island of Foreign.
the Isle of
I
Foreign.
know pretty much nothing about that, but
We know
I-
Isocross. Well,
I hope it's
we
not
don't
too
know a lot
dangerous.
about it, but we know we're going to
And if
Isocross.
you
That's about all I know.
just happen to see, and he kind of like leans in a little bit, whispering, you happen to see any like fun little knickknacks of the area that you can pick up for Luke?
Oh,
while
of
you're out and
course.
about?
Yeah.
I think he'd really appreciate that.
Yeah, well, of course we'll get airport gifts on the way back. Yeah.
You've got the
Airport
the-
gifts.
Stein.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Stein.
I already got these two steins.
What?
Yeah.
Luke kind of looks over and scrapes it over. It's like half the size of his torso almost. He has to get both his hands up to press on the top to get the lid to open. It's like,
I love it.
cool. It's like all the
That's
flavors
awesome.
just caked
For
around his
Luke,
mouth.
that's awesome.
It's like, I don't know how long he'll appreciate that, but I've seen him get obsessed with things with less
I think
utility.
he'll love it.
So
I think he'll
anything to
love
distract him
it.
from
The fact that
the,
it's got a lid,
crossbow.
he's got to lean down on. I feel like a kid would love that, like
Well,
leaning
he
down
should-
on a
he
lid
should-
and pop
he should
that
do
shit
his
open.
practices, his drills and stuff,
I like it.
Do my best.
so that he can protect you.
And remember not to fire unless Daddy's behind you. Kind of nods.
Don't fire unless Daddy's behind.
All right.
But I don't know if we're ready to send you back quite yet, so we might have to.
Yeah, we're going to go pick up an item here, and then we would jump to Nicodranus, and then we would jump to Rexentrum, so we just need to pass that out. Why don't we swing
Parse
by
that
for you
out.
in a couple of hours? We're going to do a little bit of last-minute shopping here
Okay.
in town.
All right. Well, we'll finish breakfast here. We might walk around the block a bit, and we'll stay nearby until you need us.
Okay.
Do we
Lovely.
need to go to Nicodranus?
Like the dynamic has changed so much from not
Well, we would be
To
sending
turning
them
into
to
Veth.
Usus Tower.
to having her entire family with us.
Sure, I think you would be all right with that.
I said it before. I miss Not very much. Not was my favorite. Next to Bo. Bo was my favorite.
All right.
But Not was so great.
Tapu.
And now that we have Veth, I'm happy
You
for
guys
Veth
make your
because
way to the
Not was a chaotic,
Market, to the
tortured
exterior
soul.
of Pumat's shop.
But I love
The
the
door
character.
is currently
I love the
closed,
chaoticness, the
and
drunkenness.
it does not appear to be the same kind of open, welcome interior or presentation that the shop normally does. It looks like it is intentionally closed and shut.
Working very hard, I would assume, on.
So
our
did
items.
Vess? Oh, during the patron hour,
Yes.
Vess said, "I'm going to
Yeah,
make
it's
sure
stuff
we
for that.
expedite Pumat's
Okay.
creations."
Here's some
I
shuffling,
hope Pumat didn't get like
and eventually a voice goes,
threatened or intimidated.
"Whoa!"
Yeah, Pumat, it is the Mighty Nine. Are you all right?
Right, yeah. Come on in.
Oh,
You hear
We even said we were like, I hope.
opens and
I
Pumat
said we
standing
should have
there.
been.
big dark circles under his eyes.
We should have. I said I would assume that Vess
well,
wasn't going to
just
force
gonna-
him.
Could you give us just like 20 more minutes if you don't mind? We're real close.
Oh, yeah.
Is he gonna be
Again,
mad
I'm-
at us, though,
I'm so
now?
sorry. That entirely happened by accident. We just had the wrong conversation in front of the wrong people. And, oh, God.
Oh, don't apologize. I
She
had no
compensated.
idea this was under assembly specific.
I hope he got compensated. I was saying all we had to do was say, Vess, don't screw with him. He's our friend.
Do not hesitate
We
to let
didn't
me know.
make it
There
clear.
is a
We had a
different
conversation to
spectrum of
decide,
timelines under
like,
there,
I hope
and,
she doesn't fuck
would
with
save me
him.
a lot of trouble.
But we didn't like convey
Definitely
that.
apologize for that. Pay attention to that next time. This is definitely on me.
Hey,
Good to know.
greatly appreciated.
This is when you
All right,
tip
just,
500
20 minutes.
gold.
Come on by.
This is when you tip 500
Closes the
gold,
door
when you
again.
screw your friend over and make him work around the clock all night.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's great.
And that happened in the Patreon hour too. Jester was like, I want to buy this, but I'm
maybe we'll
broke.
take
Well,
advantage of
don't
that again in
spend
the future.
all your frickin' money when you don't need
20
to.
minutes of wandering the Pentamarket. There are numerous.
I feel like we
baked
could have handled
goods,
that much
snacks,
better.
Small trinkets that can be picked up. It is an open market.
Vess was like,
I have
I'm going to
stuff in
make
this
sure
fridge
this shit's
in my
done
bag,
for
so
you.
I
I'm
have
going
it
to
for the
expedite
Okay,
it
what kind of
all.
stuff?
And I'm like,
Baked happiness.
you gotta be
Baked
clearer.
happiness, you got
We
it.
can't
Plenty
let
of
our
baked happiness
friends
first. We'll
be
say put
screwed.
it
I mean,
about,
he's saying no big
5
deal,
gold
but
of baked happiness, which is
it might
a
be.
lot.
Wow.
That is
If you're a
lot.
good person, you don't
You
make
are-
it a big deal.
Your little haversack is definitely a plum full
At
of
least
happiness.
Caduceus
But you come back.
was
the door
handling it
is
as best he
now,
could.
Unlocked, though it is still closed. And as you enter the establishment, you can see the interior lanterns are lit. Pumat Prime is sitting at the desk. He has a damp cloth pressed
We're about
against his
halfway
forehead,
done. I just wanted to make
and
sure.
He's just kind of wiping his brow.
I think we got like
And the other
50
Pumats are
minutes
sitting
left.
in
Less.
stools, just kind of breathing heavily. And you see walking
My
around the corner,
apologies.
Lady Vestarogna.
So she's in the house.
Ah, so you have arrived to pick up your specific object. Well, we have managed to complete it. Expedited with a bit of aid.
So she did aid.
You
them.
helped?
I did indeed, otherwise it would not have gotten done.
I said that too. I said she'll probably either pay them
Present it,
handsomely
Spumat.
or assist them.
Oh, yeah, of course, sorry.
But now you put the hammer down on them and
ready
made
for
them
you? I
feel
got
awkward.
your, if you could, if you don't mind there.
It's one of those
Pumat.
things where next time you need
Yeah,
a favor,
yeah,
if it was
yeah.
real life, if you
Yeah,
did that
he
to
goes
a
around the corner
friend,
and comes back
next
and-
time you need a favor, they'd be like, you know what,
Sets
I
the
don't want to get
finished
involved.
breastplate
You're
onto the
gonna
table.
burn bridges that
Looks
way.
beautiful,
I know it's
and
not
it
real
even
life,
feels
but I'm
almost slightly
saying
lighter.
I deal
The
with this
sheen and
shit like
shimmers
real
there
life.
as your initial request.
If you do that to me,
coloration.
if I run many businesses,
and you can see
if
there
you
are a
did that
number
to
of
me,
additional
and someone
new
came and put the
rooms that
hammer
are just
down, like, yo,
faintly
dude, you
pressed
got to
into
get this
certain
shit done.
areas where the
I
metal
don't
plates
like that
meet
kind of pressure.
to
I got
even
shit
further
I got to do. I
reinforce,
got my own life.
the-
I'd be
the
like, dude, don't
magical
ask me
protection that
for
it
favors
invokes.
next time.
So,
I don't want
whereas
to get
previously
involved.
it was just a.
It was a nothing.
It was now a breastplate plus
Homemade.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's now a.
breastplate plus 1.
All right.
Amazing.
This is.
Amazing.
I really appreciate it.
Pumat's a
I
good
really do.
dude. I'm sure it won't.
My pleasure. Happy to do whatever we can to help the interests of the Empire and the Cerberus.
Like, I'm sure, I would
Lady
bet it
Vestas,
doesn't have any
of course.
effect.
And your
But I'm just saying,
hard
in
work,
real life-
as always, will be remembered.
People get
Thank
pissed
you,
off about
Professor.
shit like that. I would.
Yeah, no,
Like I
that's
said.
our pleasure, Miss Lady.
Because what if you had other shit you had to
And,
do? Now you got to sideline all
good
your
luck
other
wherever you're
shit.
going,
You're gonna
in a
piss
hurry.
someone off down the line, unless you're like a
you
person
very
that doesn't have a lot of shit to
you.
do.
Thank you.
I'm busy
Down
24/7.
more gold
I
on
can't
the
have people
counter
doing
for
that.
him.
Well, you really don't have to do that. Respectfully, you've already paid for the piece, and
Respectfully,
That's what
we
you do.
requested a rush order.
That's
not
what you
the
do.
Original conditions.
She drops
Please,
5.
it's our
That's
pleasure.
literally what I said.
it's very kind of you there, Miss Beauregard. I really appreciate it.
Hang on. Say that one more time.
Ms. Beauregard.
It's greatly appreciated.
Nope. The thing you said
Ms.
before that.
Beauregard.
Miss Beauregard.
The thing you said before that.
I don't remember.
It's greatly appreciated.
It's very kind of you.
Yeah.
Very
I didn't
kind.
remember.
It was very kind of you.
But what did I just
Miss
say? I said
Beauregard.
that's when
Greatly
you drop
appreciated.
500 gold on the counter, and she did it. Bo, you are the queen.
Bo
Bo is the
Take a
queen.
nap now.
That's
I
when
think
you
that's a
drop
good plan.
coin like that.
If
When
you
you
don't
screw
mind,
people over or
I got
you
it,
get
don't worry.
something
One of the
done
clones walks
that
over.
wasn't
Rosé flask,
expected.
You didn't happen to.
I'm totally okay with that
Never
one.
mind.
That's
No,
the
we can go
difference.
without it. It's fine.
That is the difference
do we have to rush
between
the
what
flask
Jester
too?
did and Bo did.
That's less important. I
We can
feel.
get that in about an hour
No, it's fine.
if you're helping.
It's fine.
What is this enchantment you're talking about? Well, they had ordered a flask that essentially is bottomless alcoholic content. And this is important for our endeavors?
No.
I mean,
Yes.
it's nice,
Yes.
but
a
no. We don't. I don't want Pumat to do
Persuasion?
any more work. No Pumat work. No.
I was gonna say, don't
drop
make it a big
500.
deal. Say no.
16.
The alcohol's not a big deal.
Davis goes, they say it's important. Alrighty. Yeah, just let them out. We'll walk behind and give us about an hour or so. We can knock this
I
out.
don't need it. We don't need it.
That's
I'm
no,
canceling the
yeah,
order.
like Bo,
You've
like
already paid it.
I'll get it. I'll get it a layaway. I'll come back in a month. It's fine.
we don't need
Sure.
the alcohol. We
positive.
wanted
I
the
don't want you to do
armor.
any
We
more
wanted
work.
the armor.
Okay then. Well,
What are they
we'll continue
doing?
this one
We
on
just
its,
got
usual
over
schedule.
saying
It should be
don't
ready
ask
within the
for
next,
things because
day or
Vest
two.
will make it happen.
So just
And they
hang
put
on
the
back.
hammer down on him again for a
Alrighty.
stupid alcohol flask.
As you guys kind of all
I love it.
need
I
to
want the
leave you here.
flask, but we know what's gonna happen. But like,
Behind you is
you're
Lady
affecting
Lady Vest
people you
begins to
care
exit with you
about.
as well.
As we leave, I slip not back her original flask that I've now been holding on to since it's passed through so many hands. It's still
And Bo
whiskey.
gave her the
I know
5,
that's
or
not what
Bo
you're
gave
into,
Pumat the
but
500.
Maybe it'll keep you warm.
And then was like, yeah, we want this done.
All right.
Like, now you're
That was
asking
very
for
kind of you.
favors. Now you just almost
Twice in one day.
ruined a good thing.
kindest
It's
person
like
in
you
the
drop
realm.
500 gold, and then you go, but now we're going to make you work around the
Not
clock
at all.
again.
Nope, not
Like-
close
all
enough.
right.
You almost
Well then,
killed the
how
good
soon
thing.
do you think you'll be ready to leave?
They got to learn. You got to know when to hold them
Stuff
and know when to
Rex-
Yeah.
fold them.
Rex and Trope, and then we're ready to go.
You should stop off on Rexentrum one more time.
And then we'll leave from there.
Very well. I will meet you then. And
I feel like she could have
Under
taken
10
us with
minutes.
her.
We're down to the final 8 or 9 minutes.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's go.
We're going to go send your family on their way.
By circle?
spy circle.
Yeah, we will send them to Yusa. I really think we should prepare Yusa for that. though.
Yeah, I'm going to
Sending.
send a message to
We always do.
not Yusa,
The butler.
but to his
Butler?
butler.
Yes, we tipped the butler last time, and we
No.
said
What's the
Wormwood.
name?
It's Wadsworth.
What's one?
Wensworth?
Wadsworth.
Once.
He's saying
Hey,
Wadsworth, but the
so we're
subtitles are
not
saying
coming through,
Wensworth.
but
Matt was saying Wadsworth, and it said Wensworth.
not
But the butler loves
Best
us,
husband
and we tip the butler.
and son
That's how
are.
you roll.
So be ready for them to come. Really appreciate the help. Bye.
Bye.
Moment before the voice comes back goes,
Oh, hello. All right, we'll go ahead and prepare for their coming. I'll just make sure the master doesn't see, and I'll escort them into the streets.
Well done. Well done.
That would be
I like
Worth
it.
is gonna take care of it.
I fucking hate that guy, but sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Wensworth. Wensworth? Maybe saying Wensworth? They're saying it so fast, it sounds different
Well,
than the
I'll go up to
subtitles
my,
look.
we're at
Wensworth?
the
Wadsworth?
the inn where the show
I
happened
don't
for Beauregard, right? So I'll just run up to my
Wadsworth.
which
Just for
is pretty
Beauregard.
early.
okay.
Isn't Wadsworth the butler? Isn't that Tim
And,
Curry from Clue?
get it all
Wadsworth?
ready
I
and,
feel like
um,
it's.
Fetch everyone once
I
it's
don't know anymore.
95%
I don't know
complete.
anything.
And we'll
Okay.
Send them on the way. You want to say goodbye?
Yes, you're going to be seeing a goblin when you land on the other side.
Oh, okay.
He's not going to try to kidnap you or ransom you or anything like that. He's
He's our friend.
one of the good ones.
One of the good ones. He's our
Oh,
buddy.
yeah, there were a few in Rosona that weren't so bad.
Yeah. So, just don't be scared.
I think we've seen worse, right, Luke? And Luke just goes, no.
Luke is
Friends.
ready to go. Locked,
Okay.
cocked, and ready to go.
We'll see you in a few weeks. We'll send messages. If you hear someone weird talking to you in your ear,
It's me.
It's Jester.
Oh, okay. I'll look out for that. Luke walks
It's
up and kind of
me.
like tugs on the front of your shirt and is like, Mommy, if you're going to kill more cool things, just make sure you write them down so you can tell me when you come back.
Okay. Yeah, and maybe Jester can draw a picture of it.
I
I'll draw a
love
picture
Luke.
of
Luke is
everything we
great.
kill.
Like I said, I don't.
Yeah. We'll
I'm
do
not
it.
gonna bring
I
up the
promise.
age thing anymore because
All right,
honestly,
be
I've
good.
never had kids and I don't know.
I
But I
will,
feel like I've
kneel
known enough
down,
4-year-olds.
before I
But
finish,
Luke
I'll
is
pull up,
awesome to the
chalk
point
and say,
where
"Try
I
not to
don't
worry too
care.
much
It's one of
about
those
that.
things where I don't care because I
You know,
love
each
it.
of us on our own.
Luke is
we're
great.
Pretty
Yes is great
confident in our
too,
own
but
right,
Luke
the
is
9 of us
entertainingly
together,
great.
I give a little bump to Luke's chest. Almighty. See you soon.
They kind of stand there for a second, going, whoa, looking at the circle.
See you.
Oh, see you. Luke goes, that's so cool. Gone. Moment of the runes kind of. And all the chalk drawings that Caleb had left all begin to burn off like incense ash,
Very cool. Very cool.
leaving the floor clean as if a symbol was never behind.
And we're off.
Well, we forge off to another adventure.
You all right?
Yeah. No, this is a cool arrangement.
Yeah.
Get to check in
Veth
with
is
them
getting
and-
Veth is getting to see
check
her
in with
family
you and-
constantly. I feel like this
It feels
is
good.
an amazing
I don't
setup.
think anything
I
more
was
than a couple of
worried
weeks will go by.
that things were
at the
going to get
most.
too sad, that we weren't going to see enough of her
Help the
family for
Empire,
her to stick
change the
around.
world.
I knew
See
we'd
your
get
family.
her for the majority of the
Help the
campaign,
Good balance.
but I was like, are we
Wow.
going to have her
That's
dip
right.
and come back
Yeah,
and
it
kind
is.
of do a side thing?
Well,
Don't gotta.
I need to draw another one of these, correct? We're going to Rexentrum?
Yes.
To the capital.
Okay.
Yas.
Spend the next 10 minutes drawing the different circle.
All right. With that circle complete, you all rush through and return once more to the archive beneath Rexentrim's cobalt soul.
Oops. As soon as we pop through.
Oh,
Bit of-
shit!
didn't
Bit of a
send.
spook on arrival.
Yeah, we didn't
but,
send.
Not a huge issue.
Again.
We did not send that one.
It's a brief upset, but it seems to wash over without major issue. But you have returned to the center of the city. Is there anything else you wish to accomplish before you leave? You can pick up
clothes?
You pick up all your clothes. You go and one by one gather all of your various
thought I had the door
custom
open.
requested pieces of northern attire. to your specifications with the money that you dropped on these, the tips that you had given, nary a piece is not immaculate.
Yes.
And
Here's
directly
our
to the specifications
very
required.
crazy clothes.
Beautiful.
Jester,
In some cases
tipping
rustic, in some cases
300 plus gold.
goth
380 to be exact, I think.
You acquire
Tipping
your
380 gold, going
gear,
broke.
you put
Led
upon
everyone else
the
to
various
feel
elements of your
obliged
clothing
or
that you
obligated,
acquire,
I should say, obliged.
and make your way towards the
Everyone
tower,
else felt
where
obligated
Vestimigna
to
awaits
tip
your
crazy
arrival.
too. We must have
There
tipped
you can
400 or
see
500 gold
herself
easily
is wearing
between all of us.
what looks to be a kind of deep green, almost black
At least he's
robe
saying
with
it's to the
heavy kind
nines.
of
We are
brown and white
immaculately
fur
gowned.
edges and a hood
Well,
that is up
she's
with a
gowned.
fur edge as well that kind of droops down
Immaculately
past the
dressed.
shoulders. You can see the clasp itself is jewel emblazoned with a heavy chain between. Beneath the robe, you can see what looks like thick elements of padded cloth. Everything meant to keep her warm in the direction that you are all going. Thick leather gloves upon her hands, and as you enter the tower itself, the temperature inside is cold. You can see that since she's wearing the attire, she's already adjusted the temperature to be comfortable within her home. And as you all make your way within, she looks about to the rest of you. Well, are you ready?
Yes, we are ready, Vess.
Guess we better button up.
I guess we're almost there. I think we got like a minute or two left.
Yay.
Very well. She begins to do the same similar hand motions that you saw her do in Zadash, and you watch as she traces these symbols through. The cold weather suddenly rushes even chillier, and with a brief moment of you all feeling your air kind of almost pulled from your lungs for a second, the warm, dark interior shifts to a bright, almost snow-blind sky. You can see a white and gray atmosphere above you, gentle snowfall, just drifting around you as your feet crunch on soft snow beneath your feet. As you glance around, you can see to the left of you what looks like rolling hills and fields of glittering diamonds, a few miles off on that side. And to the right of you, you can see on the horizon the cold, distant blue of ocean waters, and what appears to be a cliffside shoreline. There, built along this low cliff, this northern boundary of the Crystal Sands tundra, you can see the small fishing village of maybe 100 or more scattered snow-covered structures and 4 wooden
Matt's
watchtowers,
given a very
mostly surrounded by a
descriptive
10-foot vertical log barrier.
scenario, so we're definitely ended
This Pale Bank Village,
Pale
the
Bank
northernmost
Village.
part of civilization here on the main continent of Wildmount. And your destination, to acquire passage northward to the frozen continent of Isocross. That's where we're going to take a break.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Time to crack
we
this
go.
Matt.
good place to stop.
La, la, la,
Hey,
la,
we
la.
made
Biome, who
it.
dis?
Honestly, it's where I wanted to be
We shall return
before
here in just a moment.
the live stream,
once we get through our break.
but I wasn't sure if we'd even get that
see you all
far.
in a few minutes.
So we
and
made
we'll pick
it.
up then.
All right, everybody, that is it for Mighty Nine Time, episode 112 of Campaign 2. Like I was just saying at the end there, I was hoping we'd get this far, but I didn't honestly think we would. I knew we still had to meet Pumat's soul. I know we had Vess getting in Pumat's ear saying, like, you got to get this done, expediting everything. I didn't think if we even got all that done that we'd have enough time to get back to get all of our very nice clothes that we paid top dollar for and then some, but we did it. And then Vess did her thing. We are now in Isocross. We are making our way through, or at least going to make our way through the tundra, the blizzard, and I'm now kind of confident, being as we have about an hour and 40 minutes, I think, by the time that's done. I feel like we got an hour and 40 minutes. It's like 4:20. Remember during the live stream I said I thought it ended right before 4:20? It is definitely 4:20 and 9 seconds. So we're ending the live stream at 4:20. You do the math, it's definitely over an hour and 40 minutes. So that's awesome. And we're probably going to get the 30 minutes because we've been hitting 50 likes. Like I said, I'm going to post it early. The live stream, meaning the notification for the live stream, will come out roughly 24 hours before the live stream, maybe sooner, every week. so that we could get to those 50 likes. And we've been doing it now consistently for at least the last month or two. I'm going to go edit this up. I am exhausted. I just did all of it in one day. I did the 3-hour plus live stream, the hour Patreon, and this, which is already over 30 minutes. You guys want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is the link for Patreon. You'll see the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 2, Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, My Hero Academia, Toriko, and Bleach. We are finishing in the next month Shogun, X-Men 97, Delicious in Dungeon, Hell of a Boss, The Shield is going on, so many other shows, Jackie Chan movies every month, thousands of other movies and shows full unedited. In the description is the link for Patreon. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!